Residents of a Taranaki beach settlement say their homes will be swept into the sea unless something is done about erosion at East Beach in Waitara. Huge logs and boulders knocked down fences, flax bushes were washed away and sections were flooded during the most recent storm. Waitokurangi Tito has been living at her home in East Beach since 2003. She described the last storm to our Taranaki reporter Robin Martin.
Very scary, and especially when the water comes in the gate and the logs are all piled up on the other side of the fence. It's very, very scary, and yes, we just hope that we don't have to move out, because it's just very pleasant living here. You have the sea out there, and it's just beautiful at times when it's not rough. This morning it was just so flat and beautiful.
Can you sleep at night when you do have those storms?
Oh, not at all. Not when you hear the roar of the sea and you're wondering if it's going to hit the walls. And it has down further than us. The sea has hit up against the house. Yeah, and the people have had to move out. Yeah.
So you fear that you might have to move out?
Well, we do. If the next big tide comes, which is not too far away, we will possibly have to move out, because it's only last week when it came in the gate. And we're lucky we've got the tin fence there, which kept a bit of it on the other side. But for the neighbours who haven't got a tin fence, the water was right on the lawn.
And how would you feel if you had to move out? Because after all, this is kind of Maori freehold land, ancestral land. How would you feel if you had to move off here?
I'd be very sad if we had to move, because this is a beautiful spot, and we have all superannuants living around us, and it's just so peaceful.
What would you like to see done?
I would like to see the frontage built up like they've done the walkway in New Plymouth.
Resident Tim Papuni's home is more elevated. He told Robin Martin a council-built seawall on the Waitara River seems to be making things worse by funneling storm surges in front of the houses on the Rohotu block.
It's up around the houses now, that tide. So it's just eating away the ground in front of their houses, then it's starting to eat inside their backyards, you know. So that's all there is to it. You've got to do something about it or lose your land.
So you were describing earlier on the storm surge throwing waves right up. Can you explain what that was like?
Oh yeah, well it was just like we're standing up on top of the hill there, and the waves were just coming through our fence up into the garage. It was like 2 foot, 3 foot of water in the front yard, with monster boulders and rocks, and it was moving rocks. Like 300-400 kilo pieces of wood just go through that fence like a twig.
Were you worried for your safety?
Oh, I didn't give it much thought. We're up on the hill there a little bit, so no. But we're elevated. They're a lot lower along here than we are.
So how are the people feeling along here?
Well, I went along that night to make sure all the old people were right, like Nuna's and that, and she's staunch to the end. She's going, well, I won't go to sleep yet, but I'll wait for the turn of the tide and let it start dropping away before I go to bed. But she was determined to stay here. And, she's been here for a lot of years, and this is where she lives. So she wouldn't move. And sooner or later, there's going to be one big one that, going to hit those, like this house here. That's right on the edge there. It was right up around their house. And, scary stuff for them.
The New Plymouth Council says it is working with the trustees of the Māori freehold land, but its policy is to only protect significant public assets from erosion. Waitara Community Board member Trevor Dodansky says that's not good enough. He told Robin Martin the council should build a wall to protect the homes.
We need to get stuck into this and get stuck into it real quick. And Taranaki Regional Council and New Plymouth District Council I know they're trying and talk a lot. Get up, get the machinery out here and start work.
Yeah, I've read that and heard that they feel that they can't do something because it's private land. What's your feeling about that?
They're the ones that took the metal off here and the big boulders off here in the first place. If you go back in history, they took all the big metal out of here to build the road to Mokau. So there we are. So who's at fault here? These people? I don't think so.